Hi there. My name's Jeremy Flagg, and I am the cover villain. I am also the creator of Notion for Authors. And today, what we're going to do is I'm going to take the template right from the very beginning. It has just been copied, and I'm going to go in and start doing some edits on the writing projects. This is most likely where you're going to begin your journey with Notion for Authors. So let's get into it. I'm going to take my time so you can see how I'm making changes and how they're going to affect the overall template. So once you have it downloaded, go ahead and let's hop right into writing projects. And you'll see that there's already a whole bunch of stuff in here. They're just placeholders. We don't need to keep them, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to leave everything there for the moment. So the first thing that I think we need to do is we need to change all of our statuses here, all our drop downs. So the easy way to do it is just to click on the name in the column, go to edit property, and there'll be a pop out on the right hand side. If you go down, you'll see pen name 1, pen name 2, obviously not right. So I'm going to put in my first name, and then I'm just going to click on the second one and put in my second name. You can change the colors if you want. It doesn't really affect me, but if you would like to change the colors, just click on it and then come down here. Currently, they're set up to match the front of the dashboard, but green and blue might not be your colors of choice. All right, the next thing that I want to change is the genre. We don't write in genre 1 or genre 2, so let's go ahead and do the same thing. We're just going to click at the top, go to edit property, and here's all the genres that you can change at the moment, or you can add more. Some of you will write in many, many genres. So I'm just going to change the first 3. So let's do sci-fi. Let's do cyberpunk. And of course, romance. So right now we have all of those. And if you don't need more than that, you can go in and delete out each of these by clicking on them and going to delete. So you can safely delete or add as many as you want. That's not going to be a problem whatsoever. Now, just because we're talking about drop downs, I want to show you the rest of them real quick. If we go to type, go to edit properties, we can see that we have novel, novella, short story, box set, reader cookie, and reader magnet. These might not be what you would want to call them. By all means, you can go in and change them to whatever you would like. If you don't write any reader cookies, go ahead and delete reader cookie right out. It's not going to hurt anything. Go ahead and go delete. No more cookies. Now I want cookies. And then last but not least, we have the status of the actual novel. You may have more or fewer steps. So here's what we're going to do. If you see right here, this status gets broken up into 3 sections. Unfortunately, you can't change that, but we have the to-do, and this could be any of the planning, any of the prep work. Maybe you want to add in research to this section. You can make as many as you want. And then in progress, you might not need all of these, or maybe you need more. It's really your prerogative. But the only thing that we need to do is on complete, we need to keep it to just published. And the reason for that is if you look right here, complete, 1 of 13. Currently, we have 13 projects, but only 1 of them has been finished. And that's how it tallies it. It only knows this one right here for complete. All right, so now I've decided I'm ready to start putting in new stuff. Well, I'm not a person who wants to deal with all of this stuff right here, so I'm going to go ahead and delete all but 1 of them. And you can do that by clicking off to the side and just highlighting each of the rows and then hit delete on your keyboard. If you by chance accidentally delete them, don't worry, we can get them back, no problem. But, you know what? Let's delete this one too. You can also click the little triple dots on the left side and go to delete. Now we have nothing. So let's start from scratch. First thing we need to do is I need a project name. Well, let's see. Conquering the World. Oh. Your 5 first steps. And this is going to be in my Conquering the World series. You're going to notice a trend. And this is going to be book number 1. And this is going to go under Jeremy Flagg. And the genre is going to be, well, it's true life, but let's call it sci-fi for the sake of argument. And this is going to be a full novel. And I typically just put a word goal in. It's kind of arbitrary at this point, but let's just say 60,000 for this particular book. And it's in the planning stages. Well, let's actually switch it into the research stage because I'm researching my world conquest. And I'm going to set my writing dates for, let's start right on June 1st. And then I'm going to add an end date. You don't need to do this. The writing dates, editing dates, and published date are all date columns. So you can include the range, so the beginning date and the end date if you want. Not everyone's going to want to do that. You might just want to say finished dates, also possible. And to do that, what you would just do is go back in and shut off end date, and then we can set this date for the 30th. Well, if that's going to be the end date for that, I'm going to give my editor 1 month. This is a very ambitious project. And then we are going to publish it on September 1st. So right now we have everything that we can put in here. Perhaps I have a contract, and if I wanted to upload my contract for my cover, which everyone should have, always have a contract. Click choose file, and then you can go grab a file and put it in there. I suggest PDFs, but you can also put in Word document files, and it's perfectly fine. All right, so here is our first book. But let's do one more just so we can run through it again. So I'm going to go back to the very beginning, and we are going to let's do Sexy World Conquerors. This is going to go under my pen name, I hope. It's going to be part of the I Did It series. It's going to be book 1. And I'm just going to put in some arbitrary dates, but let's push them all back by 1 month. And all of this can get adjusted after the fact. It's really up to you. I'm going to do some romance, and this is going to be a novella. And let's just set it for 20,000. And let's say we're already starting to write it. And then once it's published, if you're in KU, you can add the K and P to each of the titles if you're in KU. Otherwise, you don't need it. All right, so here we have our first writing projects. I'm going to stop it there. The next video that we're going to look at is how to use the templates that are built into the writing project. And I'll just give you a quick peek so you can see what it looks like. That's how we set this up. So for now, I'm going to stop it there. You can look for the writing project template video next. But if you want, now's time to get started in on writing projects.